What they did was they pulled 2,098 GitHub issues and pull requests. Pull requests are like requests to change code across 50 popular repositories, examining patterns in 106,743 emoji reactions to understand emotional contagion in software development. Our findings reveal a surprisingly positive emotional landscape. I don't know how surprisingly emotional positive it is. 57.4% of discussions carry positive sentiment, with positive emotional cascades outnumbering negative ones 23-1. Okay, so essentially what they're saying is that a lot of times when you have a positive set of sentiments inside of your code discussions, then it carries out and it cascades, right? It expands out to the other people who are participating in the discussions. Okay, so there's enthusiasm, there's positive reinforcement, etc., etc. So the initial reactions powerfully shape discussion trajectories. These findings challenge assumptions about technical discourse being purely rational, demonstrating that even minimal emotional signals create measurable ripple effects. Our work provides empirical evidence that emoji reactions are not mere decoration, but active forces shaping collaborative outcomes in software development. Guys, they make it sound like it's so positive that the objective and rational aspects of programming are not as strong as one would assume. And my counter argument would be this doesn't bode well. If we were living in a different landscape, where instead of everybody programming with vibes, libraries, abstractions, frameworks, stuff makes me feel good, I feel good as I code, uh, changing words around because of your ideology. I don't know. There's a bunch of other things that I've covered that all have an impact on the code that runs on your machines. If that was not the landscape that we were operating under in the tech industry, I might be able to make a case for this being a positive thing. Unfortunately, I see way too much of the tech industry operating on feelings, and this doesn't make me feel better. to the irony of that statement, right? What this is telling me is that instead of having more rational discussions about the objectivity of a space whereupon you create a logical series of imperatives in a programming language or by using a programming language that is executed imperatively, essentially, inside of hardware, and having some objective discussions about whether something is good or not, all you have to do is sprinkle in some emojis and you can make people feel good about the code. I think this is antithetical to the way that the industry should operate by default. So no, I currently do not find that this study is a positive thing. If anything, this tells me that the industry it confirms my suspicion that the industry programmers in particular have become essentially feelings based programmers instead of objectively based programmers, and that it's as simple as emojis. That doesn't give me hope for the future. That makes me far less hopeful for the future of programming. Ultimately, at the end of the day, what it comes down to is something that's based upon the premises of math and ultimately the laws of logic. That's ultimately what it comes down to. That's how this industry operates. And when programmers try to work outside of those bounds, there's nothing inherently bad about feeling productive, feeling good, or having pride in your work, or feeling like you accomplished something. Those things aren't inherently bad. The problem is that we've leaned so much in this direction in the last 20 years. And when you can manipulate sentiment with emojis as you're discussing whether or not you should include or exclude code to solve a bug or to solve a security issue or to add a feature or to remove a feature or things like that. This seems like a very weird thing to read. I I I don't know how else to put it.